Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, we're going to be talking about the win total, you know what I'm saying? Win and loss. We're going to break it down for y'all. And I think I got me some homies with me to give you a little bit of that Raider gospel. Let's go.
What up, Lo?
What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? I got to get through it real quick because I got some homies with me tonight, all right? And we're going to talk about the Raider gospel, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the win total. We're going to talk about some of the news that's been going on with the Raiders. And we're going to talk about the upcoming game because what's happening tomorrow? Week 1, Raiders with the New England, whatever they want to call themselves. But we're going to talk about it and we're going to break it down on tonight. So thank you guys for coming in. Definitely do not stop by without hitting that like button. Double tap the screen. Okay, go ahead and double tap the screen. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, God, what are you doing? Quit playing with yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. All right, hey, look, I'm not gonna pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go through the whole little spiel that I normally go through. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these guys out here. I'm gonna go one by one because they need a little introduction. You know what I'm saying? They some respectable people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that they're here with me tonight and here with you guys on tonight. So definitely starting off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start off with the rookie. You know what I'm saying? The rookie is in the building, and I'm so glad that he's here. A guy that I just recently met not so long ago, but we're hitting it like we brothers, you know what I'm saying? And he's a really cool guy, and I'm glad he's here. He also, he may be a rookie, but he got some Raider game. So definitely that's why I got him on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, you may know him, you may not know him, but you will know him by the end of the night. Chewy, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Hell of an intro, big dog. Hell of an intro. Appreciate you. We good, man. We chilling.
Hey, I gotta bring in the other dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he might be a little crazy with his takes. You know what I'm saying? He might be a little, you know what I'm saying, ludicrous with his takes. You know what I'm saying? He may be a little nutty with his takes. And he's my brother, you know what I'm saying, from the area code. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the area code, you need to know what the area code is. But I ain't going to tell you. You're going to have to figure that part out. Hey, but anyway, my brother, Nutty Raider, Nate, is in the building. What's going on with you, man?
Ski. Salute. Hey, thank you for having me. I love the energy, guys. Yeah, let's go. So it's the night before game day. Let's go.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We talking about nutty, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you nutty, sometimes you just got to get a little bit dirty. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my brothers from day one. You know what I'm saying? He's been rocking with me since I've started YouTube. You know what I'm saying? even when I didn't have a channel, he was rocking with your boy on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dirty Raider is in the building. Good to see you, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm killing.
He really chilling. You know what I'm saying? He really chilling. Hey, we got one more guy in here. You know what I'm saying? We get nutty. We get a little dirty, and sometimes when you get dirty, you gotta throw them hands. And this is one dude that knows about throwing hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Angelo, Raiders transplant, is in the building. Good to see you, man.
Hey, good to see the crew. Love the energy, Twan. Always love it when I get to see a brother like yourself just so hyped up, right? Because the people who know us know our lives isn't exactly always on a high, right? So we try to do our best to give everyone ourselves when we're at our highest. So I appreciate you inviting me to the show, and yeah, let's go and we're talking about some truth, y'all, because you're probably not gonna like me tonight.
There we go.
Hey, don't worry about it. They might not like all of us by the end of the night, but hey,
We never know, right?
They gonna get this knowledge whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just the reason why I'm so hyped, and this may not be the hype all the way through the show, but the reason why I'm initially hyped because I'm just so excited about it being week one eve. You know what I'm saying? If I call it that. How y'all feeling about it being week one, week eve? We're a couple of hours away from game time. How y'all feeling about that, brothers?
Excited, man. Can't wait. Like we were talking about earlier, I think I might have to go get some Advil or some NyQuil or something, put my ass to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I don't know about that. I don't know about getting sleep tonight. That may not be on the list. For
A
sure.
good piece of ass to do it to you too.
Yeah.
Hey, too bad Shirley out of town.
Oh man. Got some shit right there.
Hey, but we excited about it. I know people is slowly coming in. Shout out to the congregation. Shout out to the deacons that are in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Getting it in for the nation. I appreciate everybody coming here. Make sure you guys are sharing this out. Make sure you guys are putting this all over the place, and definitely, you know what I'm saying, make sure these brothers is in y'all's face. All right, definitely go ahead and subscribe to all these brothers' channels. They all got channels, or they're all connected to somebody's channel. So you know what I'm saying. They actually, let's talk about that now. Chewy, what's your channel? Tell them where they can find you and all that stuff. We're gonna do that in the beginning and the end tonight.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it. I ain't on too much social, man, but as far as YouTube, you know what I mean, the Chewy's NFL News and Podcast, I try to go live at least two times a week. And whenever some Raider news comes out, I will drop a video. So I mean, if you guys haven't checked me out yet, check it out. Hopefully you guys like what you hear. Appreciate the shout out though, Twuan. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Oh, hey, for sure. That's what I'm about, man. Nutty Raider Nate, what you got, dog?
Oh, I've been on YouTube a couple of years now. I'm not really so much as putting out content right now, but I stick around. I might, you never know. Sometimes I get the itch and I'll start a live or something. I do little shorts and stuff like that, but it's been a minute. I'm usually, you can catch me on the Just One Baby podcast with Benther and them over there, Pizzle, and we got a good little crew over there. The quarterback Black, Earn pops up, Westside Media. So we got a good little crew over there, and then of course I do my morning shows with AR. I actually got a show coming up Monday morning for the game day reaction. So I'll have a night to sleep on it, and you guys can see me what I really think about the team the day after the game. But yeah, other than that, I'm just a regular fan. Like to talk my shit.
For sure. Hey, dirty. What you got cooking, man?
Man, I got so many channels, Twan. It's ridiculous, bro. I got so many channels. I got the original channel that started it all, that got banned and taken away from me for 2 years. and then YouTube gave it back. Then I got the channel that I started after that. Then I got the WT Talk, which is a golf channel. You know what I mean? I got a new channel on LinkedIn. I got a new channel on Pornhub. I just got a new channel on XNXX. You know what I mean? I'm on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Peabody Brains. Like, nigga, I'm on New York Times, the LA Times. You can find me anywhere. Just type in the name Dirty, and this nigga right here will pop up.
Hey, so that means you reaching them long distance, pun intended, right?
Long distance.
Marcus, thanks for the with you, brother.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Angelo, what you got cooking, man?
Yeah, no. So me and Turf, we have our boxing, combat sports, MMA show called the Knockout Canvas. That's on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And then you'll see me, Twan. I always help out as the co-host of the Captain Jack Rackham show, especially whenever he's not around. That's on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific and Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific. Although haven't been to that the last few times because I've been doing a lot of the boxing stuff. So if you guys want to check out a really good boxing content, it's super early in the morning because it's East Coast based, but it's called ATP Combat Sports Media. You guys can look it up at Claymore Rain on YouTube, and then you'll see I'm on that almost the last few times I've been on it almost daily. Because we're just talking about so much boxing right now. It's crazy. So that's what's going on with me. And Twan, I'm always pushing out the Donate Life campaign and asking people to consider organ donation because it's what's saved my life. It's something that can help so many of us, Twan personally. So yeah. But that's me. And now that I'm on year 3 of a successful liver transplant, bro, get a chance to go around. I think I showed you, Twan. I sent out a private message to some of my peeps, and you saw me at Washington Huskies game on their home opener, and then just coming from game 2 of Allegiant Stadium with UNLV, which is a beautiful stadium, by the way, guys. The one thing I will say is that, my goodness, that is a beautiful stadium. I was sitting right in front of where the torch is at, section 247. In the disabled section right there, right? But man, that might be my favorite section, one of the whole of the. I felt like an offensive or a defensive coordinator. I could see everything. I could kind of see the plays that were being run. It was very fun, very fun.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
There is what was I gonna say? There's some questions I gotta ask you guys. There's some questions, you know what I'm saying, before we give the real meat and potatoes of what this live is. Definitely we're gonna give our win total prediction, but there's some upcoming news or some most recent news. And I just want to know your Raider gospel on the topic. You know what I'm saying? Amari Cooper comes, he signs, and then he retires. So how y'all feeling about that? Just tell me what you're thinking about Amari Cooper and that whole situation of him signing. And a couple of days later, hey dog, I think I'm gonna retire. What you think is really cooking?
I'm gonna keep it short, dude. His legacy to us, for us at least, or at least for me, man, legacy's always gonna be he quit on the team. So that's what he does. He quit on. Like I got nothing but whatever. You want to do well for other teams, that's fine. But I can't. You know how they say once a Raider, always a Raider. I don't know if Amari Cooper is gonna make that group, bro. I don't know. Because honestly, Twan, he could have just stayed on to even just be a captain, bro. Like be a captain and help out, right? But oh no, because you're fat and out of shape, and I can't understand Chip Kelly's complicated offense that college kids are figuring out. Like, come on, man, that's weak sauce, bro. If you knew you were gonna quit, you should have already quit and didn't sign a contract with the Raiders. So, and we might have even made it nicer for you. We're gonna sign you to a 1-day contract just so we can retire you as Raider or whatever. But you completely blew all good graces at this point, walking in the door and then walking out the door. So whatever, that's me.
The bigger issue for me is the talent evaluation, or therefore lack of. They didn't have any intel on he was a little round around the belly. They couldn't figure that out. I don't know, bro. They're not doing their homework then, I guess, and that's just that's a red flag for me. So that's a little discouraging right there overall, because that issue, I see a lot of that issue throughout this roster. I question a lot of this, a lot of decisions that have been made. Considering the roster I'm talking about specifically, I'll go to the offensive line. You know,
wait for that one.
All right, yeah.
Wait for that one.
I'll save that one. Yeah.
But Amari Cooper, you know, I think for sure, and not to cut you off, I think everybody could say, you know what I'm saying, and you guys know I don't pause, I press play, but in this situation, he was looking kind of thick, you know what I'm saying, at that podium. And you maybe, and I'll say this on the other side for the sake of conversation, maybe they knew that and was like, hey, we can work that off of him, you know what I'm saying? We can get him back in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? He'll know by that time, he'll know the playbook and run it from there. I don't think they were really looking for him to, like, we were going to sign him and he was going to be playing for us week 1. I think they were trying to play it down the road type of situation. Maybe by week 4 or something, he would be up to speed. So but yeah, there's some things there. Chewy, what you think about the topic, man?
That was a weird one, man. There's so much mixed emotions on Amari Cooper, just based on how we left the first time. But overall, bro, the way he quit, I mean, it kind of fucked us, bro, because we could have initially went after a different wide receiver to pick up. You know what I mean? Now we're kind of in a desperate situation where we had to re-sign Shorter. So yeah, in my opinion, dude, I mean, he's pretty much dead to me. Like, that once a Raider, always a Raider. Come to here, retire here. Yeah, that ain't gonna put you on the board for that kind of podium. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with it. And not only that, man, but like initially too, just knowing that we do got rookies, bro, that need to get in there and get their ball. You know what I mean? Get the balls rolling. He's probably one of them dudes who could have showed him a little something. You know what I mean? Rather than just depending on solely Jacoby Myers. I mean, Trey Tucker, he's still trying to do his thing here, trying to get his name out there. So it is what it is, man. On to the next.
Yeah. Dirty.
Oh, I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm gonna just play a little snippet of something real quick. You know what I mean? Just
life goes on, and so do we. Just how we do it, no mystery.
That's how I feel when it comes from Amari Cooper.
Hey. I'm glad you taking that vibe, because you know we definitely have to move on from here. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that for the little time that we did invest in him, that was valuable time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're hours away from week 1. You know what I'm saying? And when did he drop this on us?
Full 5 days.
2 days ago.
Matter. He didn't even get a full 5 days in, bro. Like, I'm good, bro. I didn't want him in the first place.
Yeah, that was iffy. It was iffy. Like I said, there's so much mixed emotions on Amari Cooper, man.
I don't like how he left, and I don't like what he said when he left. So why the fuck you come back?
Yeah, everyone was always saying, I mean, he's young, maybe he fucked up, organization, whatever. But I mean, they gave him a second shot, man. He did it again. You know what I mean? So.
Hey,
there goes the truth.
You can't fuck me in the ass. That's just not gonna happen. You can fondle my balls all day, but you're not fucking me in the ass. That's not happening. And I was just not gonna let Amari do that. So I didn't give two shits that he was here. I knew it wasn't gonna amount to nothing. My initial feeling was he was here to retire a Raider. That was my initial thought. You know what I mean? My initial whole essence about the thing is you just came here so you could retire a Raider, get back in some of the fans' good graces. Oh, he's back, and they'll forgive you. You know what I mean? But no, bro, I know I heard what you said, and you have never apologized for the shit that you said about my squad when you left, knowing that it was your fucking fault that you got shipped up out of here anyway, because you couldn't fucking catch a cold. You couldn't catch a cold butt naked in an ice storm in the middle of Alaska.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
But he could run a hell of a route, though, right? Fuck all that, bro.
I could run a route.
I
could run a route. You know what I mean? Hey, look, Amazon run routes all goddamn day. Amazon running routes. Man, I get packages up and down this motherfucking street. That's a route. What the fuck we talking about here? The fuck we talking about here?
Hey, this and let me say, because you know I do the homework, and I know y'all do the homework, but along with the homework, you find some BS along the way, and this is something that I believe is clear BS. There was rumblings that the reason why Amari Cooper retired was because he was getting clamped up by our corners.
I heard that too.
Who wants to laugh?
That's what I heard. I heard the same shit. He was having trouble in practice, and that's when he went and told the team. You know what I mean? He just didn't have it in him. But even Charlie came out and said, like, we didn't plan on having him out there like that anyway, so it's not even that big of a loss.
I'm gonna just say this: senior citizen is a serious handicap. It is not to be laughed at. I will not laugh at the senior citizen at the wide receiver position who can't get off the line, who wasn't even on anybody's team when we signed him, hadn't been on anybody's team since, you know what I mean, Buffalo let his ass go.
We got a rookie that can barely get off the line.
Hey, look, I'd rather go with a guy who can be taught how to get off the line versus a guy who will never get off the line again.
Who lost it.
Yeah, Cooper's already established his game. I mean, I can feel that. He ain't him no more. I mean, the dude has some seasons though, man. He had about 6 seasons over Iraq on the yardage. I mean, that's hard to argue with. But he has
Amari Cooper like that girl in Destiny's Child that nobody can remember.
Farrah?
Whatever the fuck her name was. I'm surprised you remember. I don't remember who she was. I just remember her dancing in the background talking about, can you pay my bills? Pay my telephone. That's all I remember. I don't know nothing else.
It's Beyonce and Kelly and who?
That's it. That's all I know. Beyonce and Kelly. I don't know who the other two broads are.
There's another. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's Farrah. I know one of them's Farrah.
Those are the only ones I remember.
Farrah Fawcett?
I don't know. I think it's Farrah Anderson is her last name.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, you young. You don't know who Farrah Fawcett is.
The other girl's name is Michelle.
Michelle?
Yeah.
You got that a lot, bro.
And the only one said that like he had a crush on her. He had a smile and everything. Hey, to the side.
Hey, look. Hey, I was peeping Michelle. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Is that Michelle Obama?
Her too. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Hey, and I'm still trying to figure out who Uncle Shay Shay's Michelle was. You know what I'm saying?
Man, fuck whatever Shannon Sharp going through, Brody. That's not my business. Now you drop 20 mil bag, bro. You drop 20 mil bag, bro. You in timeout. You are in timeout. You drop 20 mil on you are on timeout with me, bro.
He should have
stopped doing these young bitches like that. You know better than with an 18-year-old white girl, bro. You know better.
Yeah.
Have you learned nothing from the men before you? You learned nothing from Warren Sapp. Have you learned nothing from Michael Irving? Nothing from Kobe? Nothing from Shaq? Have you learned nothing?
Not a damn thing.
History does repeat itself.
You go get that 45-year-old white bitch that can pass for 25. She's into it. Not this 18-year-old bitch that now can't walk straight and her back hurts and yeah, you didn't broke the pussy, man. Don't nobody else even want it. Now she got $20 million to sit on broke pussy.
Bro, going off.
My bad, Twan. I know how you be trying to, do your Sunday thing sometimes, man. My
Hey,
fault. I just
it's
felt the need to
Saturday.
throw
It's
that out.
Saturday. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and do what you got to do. You got
It's
nothing
Sunday
to do.
somewhere. It's Sunday somewhere.
Afakasi it's Afakasi Sunday. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's Sunday
It's
somewhere,
Sunday
brother.
for Afakasi. Shout out to Afakasi, my brother. Next topic. Caillou Blue being the cornerback 2. How y'all feeling about it? And what does that say about Darian Porter?
Darren
Say
Porter can't
anything
tackle
about
for a
Darian
goddamn
Porter.
life of him. I think Caillou, he showed some shit, bro. Off season, preseason, showed that he has potential. He has a motor. You know what I mean? But if he could go out here this game and really turn up, bro, I mean, it's gonna say something about that dude. But as far as Darian Porter, I mean, I haven't really seen the best out of him. You know what I mean? Blown tackles. I've seen him miss a handful of tackles. And that's what turns me off about guys when they can't go in there and tackle. You know what I mean? Because that's the main part of football. That's the first thing they teach you, bro. If you're on defense, is how to tackle. And if you're blowing tackles like that, I mean, it's no good. Especially as a safety or a defensive back, when you're back there in the backfield, sometimes they count on you to make that tackle. You're the last one out there, so it's gonna be
Darian
tough.
Porter,
He got some learning to do.
Darian Porter is a rookie. You know what I mean? There's also a guy who's only been playing the position for 2 years. And now you toss him in the NFL and you want him to be like this star. That's not going to happen.
Number 1 on the team, yeah.
Yeah, he's not number 1.
Yeah, he's not even number 2 material right now. You know what I mean? He showed some flashes at points and times throughout the, you know what I mean? But when you have a level of competition to compare it to that's not quite on the level, yeah, you look spectacular. So they bring somebody else in who looks better than you. And the thing about Caillou is Caillou has a little bit more NFL experience already under his belt. You know what I mean? So he knows what to anticipate and what to look for and things of that nature. You know what I mean? But Darian will come along. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying he'll come along. But to expect him to have full grasp and concept of the position that he's only been playing for 2 years at this level, you know what I mean? You kind of turning, you know what I mean, a 2-inch string into a 5-inch rope. You know, you're gonna hang yourself with that.
Yeah, you gotta let these guys build.
Yeah, and go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm committed to trusting the process. I guess since Dirty's cussing so damn much today, I mean for the show, then I guess I'm committing to this entire fucking process, bro. Just because Twuan, remember before the schedule started, before we even started bringing people in, right? The minute they fucking fired the coach and they fired the GM, I already told you. I said, probably win 6 games, right? I have not wavered on that regard, other than the fact that now, instead of me believing the 6 is that 6 is the ceiling now.
Don't give your prediction.
All right, because in terms of Kai Kelly Blue, let me ask you a question, Twuan. Right? We drafted a dude in the 3rd round, right? So if this is year 0 and we're just trying to figure motherfucking things out, then let's just put everybody out there. Don't fuck around. Like put Jack Mesh out there. Put everybody out there so we can see what we got, right? But no. Y'all got this genius idea that an undrafted guy who looked better or does better things is now the guy that's going to start, right? Let's play this out then. Let's play this whole thing out. Kai Kelly Blue becomes amazing, Twuan. Who's the scout I need to fire for not finding this guy, right? Or who's the scout I need to fire for overselling me on Darian Porter? Because I remember that 3rd round when we were watching it all together, Twuan. There are a lot of players we missed out on, man. A lot of players we missed out on for us to grab Darian Porter. So I'm just saying, I still wanted an O-line. we had a chance to get an O-line in the third round, bro. 2 of them, in fact, that we passed up to go get Darian Porter. So whatever, dude. Like I am motherfucking in this whole process. Pete Carroll, I'm gonna trust your ass. I'm gonna trust you, Spy Tech. But I'm never ever, Twan, gonna go on a Raider podcast of any sort or any podcast and try to sell you a rose-colored glasses. I'm gonna give it to you straight. All right, you're gonna motherfucking move JPJ from center to guard and try to sell me on that bullshit when that kid was a center at Oregon? Sure, man, whatever. All right, great, awesome. Let me see what you're stirring up in this fucking pot of gumbo before I say anything. And my whole thing was, you better already be hella competitive in 2026. You already better be a playoff team in 2027. And I better hear Super Bowl contender in 2028. If I don't hear any of that shit, I'll give you the 4 years. If I don't hear Super Bowl contender by 2028, bro, failed experiment. So. Yeah. But go ahead, Twan.
Second round pick too, though, was bad.
Here real quick, because he brought up some UDFA talk. You know what I mean? He don't have no faith in the UDFA. But I'm gonna give you some names. Give you a couple names, and you tell me how you feel about UDFA.
Let me just say this real quick. The Legion of Boom is filled with a lot of UDFAs, I believe. At least a couple of them. So that I'm not discouraged with what they got going on right now quite yet. I am a little. I'm not satisfied with the rookie class as of yet, including Thornton. Other than Genty, I mean Genty is going to be a baller, but I'm hesitant on Thornton. But
we're still waiting on Thornton.
Yeah. Kurt Warner. That's a good name. That's a good name, right? That's a good player. He Hall of Fame, ain't he? Kurt Warner.
Yeah, he's got a movie on. Yeah, he's got a movie about him, bro. That wasn't my point, though. My point is.
No. Hold on. I heard your point. I'm listening to you, right?
My point is, you got to explain to me, Dirty, why Darian Porter is sitting behind a UDFA. Why aren't we trying him out?
Because just because somebody is undrafted doesn't mean they're not good, right?
I know that. Antonio Pierce was a Super Bowl champion. I know.
A lot of elements go into a reason why somebody is a UDFA. A lot of reasons go into why somebody doesn't play so well somewhere. You know what I mean? They may be sitting behind somebody who's great. They may be playing out of scheme. The thing is, they've had more time to look at Porter than they've had to look at Caillou. And Caillou has come in and has done the utmost with his time versus what Darian Porter has done with his time. So you can't really tell me, you can't ask me, they're really going to trust a UDFA over a rookie that they drafted? Yes, they are. They are going to trust somebody with more experience. There's a history of UDFAs actually doing fucking really well. Priest Holmes, UDFA. James Harrison, UDFA. Cameron Wake, UDFA. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, I really don't care about a person where they were drafted, if they were drafted, if they were not drafted. It doesn't fucking matter. What do you do with the time that is in front of you? And obviously in practice, he's done enough to get that position. Now, do we want better? Of course, we know there's people out there that's better than him, but who's available? Name me a corner that is available that we can go get right now that's better than
Caillou. Yeah. I agree. Dirty. There's nothing.
Stephon Gilmore.
It's easy to do good on a team though with no talent.
Yeah, Dirty and Dirty. I'm not disagreeing with you on your points. You're not understanding my fucking point. My point is, do we fire Spytek for overdrafting? You know, like that's what I mean is, if Darian Porter wasn't that good because Kai Kelly Blue could beat him out. Because you already said it, right? You just told me they've already seen everything they need to see from Darian Porter more than Kai Kelly Blue. So are we treating game one? Are we treating game one as preseason again? Because if we're going to treat game one like we're supposed to be able to win it, then let's treat it like we're supposed to be able to win it. Because you just told me they need to see more tape on Kai Kelly Blue. Why am I wasting that on the Patriots game? Then let's put our best foot forward then. Let's put our best foot forward. Is all I'm trying to say.
Forward is Caillou. Now here's the thing: Spytek has done actually really well in his previous drafts, drafting players you were like, what? And then they turn into, oh, what?
Yeah, like Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving in the third round is amazing, bro. Yes, I get it. I know how good Spytek is. This is also the same guy who got Tommy Millott. Right?
Bucky didn't come in like that, though. That's the thing about it. Bucky had to develop into what he is. He didn't come in like that. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They had to they drafted Bucky and they still had to go get another running back to start over him. And they won a Super Bowl like that. So what is the argument? I mean, when you look at the history,
there's no argument, dude. There's no argument, Dirty. My entire first statement is I'm gonna motherfucking trust this process. No matter how much I disagree with it, I'm gonna trust it. So I'm arguing with no one. I'm arguing with no one, brother.
Fire Spytek, it kind of
No, I didn't say that. I said, what are we supposed to think of and what are we supposed to do? You got to hear my words, bro. My words are, I'm going to trust this motherfucking process for the next 4 years.
Spytek, and I was like, what?
No, I said, what are we supposed to be thinking in our heads if you take someone in the third round when you know goddamn well that we needed O-line? You know that. You passed up on Armand Membu to get Genty without an O-line. Fine. Great move. All right, whatever. You took Jack Besh, bro, when we already had Jacoby Myers. All right, whatever, man. Love Jack Besh. Love the story about him. Love his talent. Oh, he's backing someone up? He's a backup? He's a backup. Okay, no problem. Gonna trust this process. You took Darian Porter in the third round when you knew we needed an O-line. And now, Dirty, you know who our backup left tackle is, bro? He's from Division II football. What the hell college is that, Twuan? I don't even know what the fucking college is for Charles Grant, bro. William and Mary? What is it?
Is it William and Mary or St. Mary? Yeah.
See, none of us even know. That's our backup. So all I'm asking is, I'm gonna trust this process. I'm going to trust Spytek. I'm going to trust Pete Carroll. I am going to be livid, Dirty, if we're not competitive next year. I am going to be smoking in my head if we're not a playoff team in 2027. And I will be so mad if in 2028 we're not a Super Bowl contender already. Because the goal is to trust the process. I get it. More than happy to take my licks in year one. More than happy to. But you're not going to convince me that somehow these are all good moves, because all these moves are telling me is you're trying shit out. And that's fine. Trying shit out is trying shit out. No problem. I'm with you. Hey, Raider Nation. Let's go.
Let me ask you a question. Before you met your wife, how many things did you try out?
Bro, we've been the rotating. I literally was talking about this with another Raider fan today.
I'm just saying, how many days did you go on before you met your wife?
No. You don't understand what I'm talking about, Dirty. we tried out Josh McDaniels, failed. Then you didn't even give Antonio Pierce a real chance. Okay, and then now
we gave him a chance. We didn't. That's it was slightly sabotaged.
I disagree. Dan Campbell got a real chance. That's what a real chance looks like. A real chance looks like you shit the bed in your first year and turn a team around by your fourth year.
I'm gonna tell you something. He got an opportunity. It wasn't the best opportunity because he was hindered in actually being allowed to just actually do his job, right? Because we had this bright idea to hire this bumfuck guy who knows nothing about being a GM. And he's the main reason why the fucking Chargers don't have any Super Bowls. And I'll be straightforward with you about that. He is the number one main reason why the Chargers have no fucking Super Bowls, because they had all the fucking talent in the world to win Super Bowls and could never do it under him. Could never do it under him. So I will always say he is the reason why they don't have any fucking Super Bowls. He's also the reason why Josh Jacobs now plays in fucking Green Bay.
Yeah,
you know, he's the reason why Devontae Adams left. You know what I mean? He's the reason why we fucking went and got Gardner Minshew and ended up with this shit ass fucking offensive coordinator. Nobody on the staff wanted this guy as the fucking offensive coordinator. You know who wanted him? The fucking guy we got rid of, the general manager. He wanted him. Oh, I think he can do wonders. No, nigga, you don't know shit about football. Give this shit up. You should not be working for nobody's team as the man in charge ever again. Ever again. Ever. This is a job you're not good at. You need to go be a district manager for motherfucking Costco. Maybe you'll succeed there. But a general manager for an NFL team? Nah, I'm good. And that's the reason why AP failed, bro. That's why AP failed, is because of that general manager. And to put the cherry on top of the fucking motherfucking ice cream sundae, to put the cherry on top with the nuts and sprinkles, Mark Davis and Tom Brady both saw that it was this motherfucking fired everybody. Said, nah, all you bitches get out. We're going to start fresh. We're going to start new. I'm bringing some new hoes in. We're going to move to a new block with some new hoes, and we're going to run this shit right here. And I think that's exactly what they're getting ready to do. Do I expect them to win the Super Bowl in year one? No. Do I expect them to at least fight for a playoff position? Yes. Yes, I do. Because you told me you're in win now. Look, you can shake your head all you want. But when you come out and tell me that you're in win now mode, well, motherfucker, I want to see some wins.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And that's what I said earlier. Dirty, that's what I said. You're selling me, selling me whatever you're selling me. But all I'm telling you is I'm not buying any of it. I'm just gonna tell you my truth. And my truth is this is year zero.
And currently where we are with our GM, we have one starter. We have one, well, I'll say two starters, but one is by default, and the rest are backups. And that's our draft. And for clarity, let me clarify this for those that are a little slower than others. The bona fide starter is Ashton Genty. The starter by default is Dante Thornton. And the reason why he's a starter by default is because we don't have no other X receiver. So we have to put him there. There's nobody really putting competition on Dante Thornton. Not saying Dante Thornton is playing that wonderful or that amazing that he's deserving to be the number one XY receiver, but we don't have anybody there. So he's a starter by default. And everything according to the depth chart and all that stuff, Caillou Blue is a starter, Darian Porter's a backup. The two linemen, the William Mary guy and Caleb, they're backups. Jack Besh, which I think he's the better wide receiver, he's a backup. So we got a whole bunch of backups, a starter by default, and a clear starter. Moving on to the next topic, Zamir White being the running back 2. What are you guys thinking about that? How you guys feeling about that?
They put him over Raheem Mostert?
Yeah.
I'm going to trust the process, Twuan, because they're going to work on Genty. God, I hope he doesn't get hurt. Please don't let this kid get hurt. And then Zamir will go in there. Hopefully, they're going to use him to not get that kid hurt. I think Raheem Mostert is the third down back, probably because he's the only one that could block. That's why he's going to be the third down back. That, and if we actually get into red zone below the 10 or within the 10-yard line, Raheem Mostert's probably the only guy I would trust with the O-line the way it looks to try to punch it in somehow. But if you're playing fantasy, man, Brock Bowers is about to eat a lot, and Jacoby's going to be eating a lot. And I don't know what'll happen with Thornton, but Gino's got to get that ball out quick. He's going to need to get that ball out fast, bro. So that's why. I think that's why Zamir White's the running back too. is hopefully they don't try to hurt Ashton Genty.
Chewy or Nate?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that with Angelo. I don't know. That's interesting, man. I mean, obviously, we're calling this guy Zeus at one point in time when he was on the Raiders. We had a lot of faith in him. As we've seen, he turned out, bro. He was running into the backs of tackles and things like that. Couldn't really find holes. Off season, he looked good. Preseason, he looked good, but that's just preseason. We don't really. It's not legit, you know what I mean? But if he can go in there and do what he did preseason, fuck, man, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, I don't got much faith in Zamir White, but I think we're going to need him. And we're going to fucking need him. We don't got anybody else. I'm a fan of Mostert, but at the end of the day, he's injury prone his whole career. So it's like we can't really depend on him anyway. So it's Zamir White, let's go, bro. And I think tomorrow specifically, it's going to be a rainy game, a wet game. So we're going to need that ground and pound. We're going to need we can't waste Genty on this game. So we're going to need that second back. So Zamir White's going to get his carries, I feel like. So hopefully he does well.
I think
hope.
Yeah. I think Zamir White, again, everybody, I was on the Zamir White fan club, even when things were going bad, because I saw what I saw and I knew what I knew in regards to Zamir White. The system has to fit him. The plays have to be tailored to his liking, and I think that's what Chip Kelly did. That's why we saw what we saw even in the preseason. Not saying that he balled out or went crazy in the preseason, but every time he touched the ball, they were respectable gains, and that's what you want out of your second running back. When Ashton Genty decides that he needs to get some Gatorade or needs to get taped up, Zamir White can go in there and give us those 4 to 5 yards, you know what I'm saying, a pop. And that's what we're going to need. When we saw Zamir White behind Josh Jacobs being the second running back, we didn't have a problem with it, because when Josh Jacobs was in there, he did what he needed to do. And then when Zamir got the ball, he held it down until Josh Jacobs came back in. And I think we'll see that coming into this season again with Zamir White, because Chip Kelly will be dialing up plays that fit. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you're the player is gonna, the player has to fit what I'm cooking. No, he's fitting the play, the plays to what the personnel is out there. So I think that's the benefit to having a Zamir White on this team. And I think he's going to definitely have to prove everybody else that still has that bad taste in their mouth for Zamir White, you know what I'm saying, wrong. But I think he's sitting in a better place with Chip Kelly being the offensive coordinator. So I'm fine with him being the running back too. I don't think he's ever going to be, that number one for anybody. I think he can be a successful NFL career being a running back too, whether it's with us or with another team, you know what I'm saying, when that time comes. So that's where I'm at with the running back too. Before we get into the final predictions, I just want to ask you guys, because again, the way that we're going to do the final predictions is I'm going to give you guys your number. Then you guys can tell me what your number is and why. So what I'm going to give you, the question that I'm going to ask you now is probably not going to be something you're going to talk about in regards to your win total. And that's the question is there, what are the things that you're confident about in regards to this roster?
Fuck.
Quarterback. I'm confident with the quarterback position.
I'm confident that I'm trusting the process and that Geno Smith will actually get the ball out to somebody that it's supposed to go to. That I'm confident. I'm confident that Ashton Genty is talented, but I just really don't want him getting hurt. And then I'm confident. I'm super confident in Brock Bowers. I think we got a real one right there. So super confident about that. Hope Colton Miller's shoulder holds up for the whole year. Don't know what's going to happen with Dylan Parham, but it's his contract year, so usually the contract year is undefeated. So hopefully he he plays well enough that he'll get a contract. Jordan Meredith, good Lord, help him against the Patriots inside guys, because don't know what's going to happen there. And then JPJ is probably going to have to do a lot of double teaming with that Williams kid in the middle. So Glaze is going to see a lot of chase on coming at him this tomorrow, bro.
We're going to be breaking that down after we give the totals.
Yeah.
But
I'm confident in Gino and Brock Bowers. That's what I'm confident in.
Is there anything else, you guys? I know some people didn't say anything, so it might not be much anything. Some of you guys may not be confident up here about certain things on the roster.
The punter.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the best punter in the game for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna kick.
And Carlson looks like he could hit the 55-yarder still, so that's cool. And Max is going to be Max, but unfortunately, he's going to be triple teamed. So,
yeah,
No,
I'm done with
Chewy?
no.
I would say defensive ends, man. I think Kuntz showed up last part of the season last year. I know, you know what I mean. In that Niner game, he looked like he had his step back. So I'm thinking, hopefully that defensive end room for us, which Max Crosby is a killer. Yeah, if Kuntz can step up, dude, I think our defensive end room will be legit.
What's the starting defensive line? What's the starting defensive line?
Thomas Booker, Adam Butler, Kuntz, and Crosby.
Who you think gonna play more on Sunday, Kuntz or Tyree?
Kuntz. Tyree's gonna be in there.
Tyree's gonna play on the inside, bro. I think Tyree's gonna get more snaps because he's got to play inside sometimes, and then they're gonna put him on.
He's got to play both.
Yeah, he's got to go inside. He's got to go outside. Yeah.
He's
I mean, who else do they got? Actually, if Tonka Hemingway does amazing, they could put him on the inside. But I think the best experiment, honestly, is when Butler needs a break, put Tyree in on that same side with Max, and you know, let them two go at it on that side, and hopefully that'll open it up for Kuntz.
You probably rotate Booker and Wilson, if anything. You keep Butler in.
But that's why, and I'm glad that you guys are you guys had all various, you know what I'm saying, answers as to the D line. That's what makes me feel positive about the O line, the D line, and is because there's so many guys within the rotation that they can plug and play, that they can put this guy in this situation, put this guy in this situation. And it's going to be really up to the coaching staff to put those certain guys in those certain situations. In third down situations, it looks like it's going to be Kuntz, it's going to be Tyree, it's going to be Adam Butler with Max Crosby. But then that might be switched. You know what I'm saying? If they decide, we need to stop the run because we need so-and-so, you know what I'm saying, switch Tyree with, you know, Licky Fotu or whatever. So it's going to be really up to this coaching staff to rotate these guys and plug these guys based on down and distance and whatever they're foreseeing that's going to come our way in regards to the D line. It's not a situation where you have four guys and those four guys are going to hold it down no matter if it's a run or pass. I think we're just going to have to rotate and plug where it's going to have to be. And I think that came because of, you know, the loss of the bad kisser. But you know, he's not here anymore. So that's how they're going to have to fill that role.
Fucking monkey wrench in our whole season. I swear to God, there's always something. Yeah. I'll say one more thing. Thomas Booker, he is I think I heard Coach say the other day that he is being considered as our designated nose tackle playing over the center. So he's pretty much there to stop the run specifically. Yeah. He doesn't got much of a pass rush, but I like his explosion. He doesn't give up on plays. He chases down plays. His effort is there. So I think that all that stuff will add up to sacks eventually, but if he could just stop the run and be effective, I'm good with that.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm confident in is that tight end room, not just Brock Bowers, that tight end room. I think we actually have 3 starters in that room. Ian Thomas could be a starter on another football team. You know what I'm saying? Michael Mayer can be a starter on another football team. Obviously, we know that Brock Bowers can be a starter on another football team, and all three of those tight ends are in that room. So I think that's out of all the rooms that I would say would probably be the solidest is probably the tight ends and probably just our special teams. With the kicker, punter, and snapper. But I think that tight end room is as solid as it can get. Let's get down to business. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get down to this business? Okay. We got I got the handy dandy notebook. That's what I've been looking at, you know what I'm saying, giving the questions, you know what I'm saying, and on this handy dandy notebook, I got the predictions of what they said earlier. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give the predictions of what you guys have, and then you guys can tell me, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go one by one, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna start off with Chewy. Let's go Chewy, Angelo, Dirty, Nate, and then I'll close it out. Okay? But I want you guys to give me your final win total and why you made your adjustment, or if you're staying the same, give me a why. Okay? You can't just say because I said so. All right? Please give everybody your reason or multiple reasons.
That's my favorite answer, man. So so. That's my favorite answer.
You gotta like when you in class and they tell you, the math, you gotta show the work, you know what I'm saying? So I need you to show your work, show your work and tell me why you are where you are. Okay, so we got Chewy, and I'm gonna read all of them, and then we'll go that way. We got Chewy with 10 wins. That was his early prediction based off of the schedule. Angelo said 7. Okay, Dirty said 12. Nate said 10, and I said 11. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to let the Rook, you know what I'm saying, tell us, hey, I'm going to go up, I'm going to go down, and this is the number that I landed at. And, you know what I'm saying, show your work. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, 10, fuck, man. A lot has happened since then. I got us going down, actually. I'm more on 7 to 8 wins. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to have a winning season this year. Just based on, bro, there's so many question marks in so many areas on this team. I mean, when you look at the defense, it's all new. Not only that, but it's a whole new regime, bro. These guys still got to get in here and put that work in. Not shit. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? It takes time to get people to gel. It takes time for people to be able to learn to coach. I do got us dropping, but I do think we'll be in a lot of tight games, and I think we're going to look a whole lot physical than what we have been. But as far as going and having a winning season, I think there's still a lot of shit we need to upgrade before we get there.
So what number are we at? Because I'm gonna write that down too. What number are we at, Chewy?
Fuck. I'll go with 8. I think we'll get 8.
Okay. Angelo says 7 wins. Early prediction. Where are we at now? Because again, this is, and I'm glad that we and I'm gonna explain it for everybody that's watching. We did this before preseason. We did this, you know what I'm saying, before the final 53-man roster. You know what I'm saying? We gave our predictions right when the schedule came out. So after preseason, after we kind of took a look at some of these guys, after we looked at the final 53-man roster and even some of the additions that came in after the initial 53 came in, now we're making our adjustments to where we think we're going to be. So Angelo, go ahead and go, brother.
Yeah, so when we did the prediction show and we're going over team by team by team, I I wasn't even on my positive self at that point. I was like, yeah. And that was at 7, right? Landed at 7. So it's a solid ceiling of 6. That's the ceiling. And what the floor will be, bro, I don't know. All I know is there's a kid by the name of Peter Woods and another kid by the name of TJ Parker that Dante told me about from Clemson. I started looking at them too. And I'm like, if we're picking in the top 10, God, I hope one of those kids falls to us because those two monsters, we sure could use them on the inside. It's year 0, Twuan. Like that, again, I'm trusting the process. This is what it feels like to trust the process, man. You're building a new program, got a new GM. There's a whole new attitude flying around. I know Pete Carroll's resume. Nobody needs to sell me on that. But to believe that in a division in where you all saw what the Chargers looked like yesterday, and even with the Chiefs losing all their wide receivers pretty much, Mahomes looked like he's pretty good still. So, they're having some issues on that O line, but I was like, man, if that's game 1 and you two look this good, and I haven't even seen what Denver's going to look like when they crush Tennessee, but we're in the wrong division. Like if we were hoping to make it to the playoffs, this is not the division to make it in for this year. So yeah, man, we're going to be on the bottom. 6 is the ceiling, and we could lose more. I agree with Chewy that I think every game is going to be super competitive. I think that we're going to see that Pete Carroll culture really start to show, and it's just going to come down to the talents that we have and how they develop. I'm hoping that by the end of the year, with all of these rookies that we drafted, with all of our second-year players that we kept, with all of our third-year guys that we currently have, like your Tyree Wilson, right? I just really hope that by the end of the year, we have a definitive, here's who we're going to keep, here's where we're going to upgrade, and then next year we're super competitive, right? Like, I don't want to jinx it and say we're a playoff team next year, but I'll say, but that by next year, I expect us to be really very competitive. If we make the playoffs next year, I'm going to be like so happy. Like, wow, we're ahead of schedule. But this is freshman year. This is year 0. I'm going to give them a lot of grace. I'm going to root for them every time. Obviously, right? But when we lose by 3, or when we lose by 10, or when we lose because a rookie made a mistake, all those things can happen, and I'll be okay with it. I'll be like, you know what? That's all right. That's why it's called rookie mistake. It's all good. So 6 Twuan is the ceiling.
All right. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, not only just on the Raider Twuan channel, but all on everybody that's on the panel. They have things that they're doing. They're moving and grooving and doing their things, and they have ventures and channels and stuff like that. So definitely support them wherever you are. I know some of you guys are not watching it on the Raider Twuan channel, and you're watching it. You may be watching it on Nutty Raider Nate's channel. Make sure you're hitting that like button. And if you're watching it on Chewy's channel, go ahead and hit that like button. And yeah. I think that's all the guys that we have linked, but definitely support all the brothers that are here. I'm glad that you guys are here. What I need for you guys to do in the chat as we're talking about it, I need you guys to give me your win total. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to give me the 8 and 9. You know what I'm saying? Just give me how many wins. Don't give me the losses. Just give me the wins. You know what I'm saying? And put those in the chat so I can see those and I can actually post those on the show as these guys are continuing to go. We still have 3 more guys to go to tell their Raider gospel on their win totals, and we're about to get into that. But as we go along, it would be great to see your guys' win totals in the chat. So right now, just an update. Chewy started off, the early prediction was 10. He has went down to 8 wins. Angelo His early prediction was 7. He just dropped down 1 with 6. And now we're going to Dirty, who said 12 in the early predictions, and he will give his time.
Well, I would say realistically, they could drop 2 or they could go up 1. It's just realistically. They could drop 2 down to 10, or they could go up 1 to 13. The thing about it is everybody's saying, oh, these other teams are so great because they got this guy, they got this guy, they got this guy, they got this guy. They go off these names, you know what I mean? They in some action, some, you know what I mean? If you really think Kansas City is still a good football team, the way they played last night against the Chargers, you're mysterious. You're seriously mistaken. You're seriously mistaken. I'm sorry. That was a game that you would see really anytime anybody in our division plays. Broncos play the Chargers, it's a close game. Broncos play the Chiefs, it's a close game. Regardless of the outcome, it's a close game. Chargers play the Chiefs, play us, it's a close game. You know what I mean? Anytime we play in our division, it's always a tough, rough football game, right? It's always close, regardless of the stature of your team. It's usually a close, well-fought football game. Yeah, somebody has to lose, and last year we took 6 of them. But for me, that game didn't really make a statement. It didn't say, "Oh, we're here to play." I doubt that you really are. You know what I mean? You really played a Kansas City team that's not the same team from last year. You played a team that was down their 2-star wide receivers. You know what I mean? And they still had an opportunity to win the game at the end of the game. The Chiefs still had an opportunity to win the game. So imagine you put those 2 players back on the field. Imagine you have to contend with Worthy and Rashid for a whole game. God forbid that, huh? See, so last night's game has an asterisk next to me, and it really means nothing. I'll wait to see what they do later on in the season. I'll wait to see what San Diego does to us, or what we do to them when we play them in week 2. You know what I mean? Are you gonna ball out, or are you just gonna play a good football game? Because you're not gonna win it. You're gonna come into Vegas 1-0 and leave out 1-1. That's just the reality of the situation. So for me, I kind of want to just leave it right where I'm at, bro. But they could drop as low as their ceiling could be. Their floor could be 8-9. Their ceiling could be 13-4.
All right. So you stand at 12?
Yep.
All right. All right.
I'm kind of feeling the same way, Dirty. I maybe for a different reason though. I think we didn't see enough this offseason other than I'm not too pleased with the roster, of course, but I felt like Pete Carroll, he has the key to unlock all the potential and all these guys we have, like DeCam Richardson and possibly Tyree Wilson. If he takes off this year, we could win 10, 12 games. But I don't know if that's going to happen, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about Pete Carroll. If he can unlock some of these players' potentials, I think we're good. But I think the roster, the depth specifically, kind of worries me. So it's but I just don't think I've seen enough at least when it comes to the preseason. I feel like it's just I might be wrong, but I heard that Greg Olson was calling plays this preseason on the offense. Somebody want to confirm that? Chip Kelly didn't call one play on offense this preseason, so we didn't really see the Chip Kelly.
I heard that.
Yeah, okay. So I know I heard that somewhere. So it's I need to see Chip Kelly see what he's going to unlock on his side of the offense too. So his play calling is going to determine whether this offensive line gets going or not, and whether they get confidence. Go ahead.
And Nate, just to add to that, because that was one of the things in preseason. They did say that pretty much what we saw was vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was vanilla. So even if someone else was calling plays, it was just they were calling vanilla plays out of the book. And
I'm worried.
We should be surprised in a couple of hours because Chip Kelly has a whole bunch of stuff that we've never seen.
I've also heard that before, so I am nervous about what's going to happen coming up in a few hours. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I mean? I'm a Raider all the way to the core. So I'm gonna stick with my 10 for now. I have no choice. It's game day tomorrow. I'm riding with Pete Carroll, bro. I gotta believe that he's got the key to unlock all this potential we have, and that we've always had, but. We've always missed that leadership and that real true winning coach that Pete Carroll is. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see. I'm gonna stick with that
real quick. You know what I mean? Just some food for thought. I'm gonna throw this out there. Food for thought, real quick. Like, come on, the Legion of Boom wasn't the Legion of Boom till they got with Carroll.
Pete Carroll's he grouped them up. Yeah, and worked his.
You didn't know who those players. Let's just be honest. You did not know who those players were on the Legion of Boom until it started winning football games. And Seattle got them fly ass lime green jerseys. That brought all the attention to that team. Them motherfucking jerseys is fire. I won't wear nobody else's jersey, but that motherfucking jersey was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That lime green jersey they used to have trimmed in the navy blue. Oh, that motherfucking jersey was hard, bro. That shit was hard. But yeah, you can always build. You don't have to have the all pro everything, you know what I mean, to be a championship contender. We was talking about this on Ben's show last night with Nate, you know what I mean, the Giants. They had a team of guys who just went out there and worked. They weren't superstars. They were just guys who went out there and got the job done.
Hey, Justin Tuck's mid as fuck. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Not everybody, you know what I mean, but over a good 75% of that team was just guys who went to work, man. You know what I mean? They weren't stars.
Yeah, straight.
The guy who caught, you can't even tell me the name of the dude who caught the ball on his helmet. You can't even tell me his name. You don't even know who he is.
I forget, man.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't even tell me.
Is it Plaxico Burress?
No, it wasn't Plaxico.
It's like
Santonio Holmes.
Nope.
Oh, it wasn't Santonio Holmes either.
Oh, nope. Tyree, the tight end.
Nope, it was a wide receiver. He was like a fourth string receiver. I don't remember his name right now.
What do you mean? Santonio Holmes was on Pittsburgh.
David Tyree. Thank you. David
That's
Tyree.
what I'm saying. Like, bro, they had players out there making plays that you couldn't even tell me who the fuck they were until right now. You know what I mean? So, like, for me, all I care about is having guys on this team that are committed to actually fucking winning. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what your status in the NFL is. I care what you fucking offer me on fucking Sunday. And I know the type of coach that Pete Carroll is. He's a no-nonsense type fucking head coach. And if the Raiders can win 4 games on some bullshit, I'm sure they can add 6 more to the win total with somebody who's actually here to fucking do something. And I would even venture to argue and say that Pete Carroll is a better head coach than John Gruden. And if John Gruden can come in here and make some shit happen, Pete Carroll can come in here and make some shit happen too. Now, all I'm saying is 13 is a ceiling, and that's a vaulted ceiling. You know, when you go into these fly ass mansions, they got these high ass ceilings because you got to walk up in the, you know what I mean, and down and shit like that. And it's a beautiful staircase. That's like on the, they come out here and they just start clicking on all cylinders and they just play phenomenal football. I feel like if they play phenomenal football all year long, limit the mistakes, come out, you know what I mean, on the plus minus, you know what I mean, and a better outcome as than what we've been doing over the following seasons, that yes, they could possibly win 13 games if they go at it right. Not saying that they could be undefeated, but they could really do some damage in the NFL if they follow the fucking guidelines that are set before them by their head coach and give me everything they fucking got. Play your position. Don't play the next man's position. Make sure he's in position to play his spot, but you play yours. Don't slack on your job to cover for somebody else, because your position is gonna get attacked when you're trying to do for others and not do for yourself. You know what I mean? Let the mistake be made somewhere else. Don't let it be you. You know what I mean? If you get caught out of position, then you just get caught out of position. You know what I mean? If you got two men coming at you and it's just you and you got to choose one, understandable. But if you got one guy coming at you and you just let him go ahead and slide on to the outside, you don't put no hands on him or nothing, you don't follow, then I got an issue with that. You see what I'm saying? So as long as they play, you know what I mean, with their heads on a swivel and just play mistake-free football, this is a 13-win team.
Nate, you said 10. What's your final?
I'll stick with 10.
All right. I wanted to confirm that before I put the pen to paper. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Because after it all, the defense got a bunch of question marks, but I think this offense has got to score, and I think we finally got. I don't want to say we finally got him, but we got a quarterback that's capable of making some things happen. So,
all right. I'm hearing everybody and I'm respecting everybody's take. I said 11. I'm honestly gonna have to go down from there. There's some things that I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the secondary. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping not secondary, but this cornerback room. I was hoping all preseason that they would deflect some passes that really wasn't popping off. I didn't see anybody make a play on the ball. You know what I'm saying? It just did not look right for me. To have Eric Stokes, you know what I'm saying, coming off of a bad season, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he can reclaim himself, and that's fine. He can be the number one corner. But when you're looking at the number two corner, and that's why I brought up Caillou Blue-Kelly, yeah, he stepped up, and yes, he stepped up to be that cornerback too. But you know, he's dealing with the hamstring. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with the injury already in week 1. And one of the biggest issues that we have with this team is that we're very top heavy. When you look at our team and if everything was perfect and we could have our starters play all the way through from week 1 to week 17, I would be playoffs. We can get it in. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that there is just a battle of nutrition in regards to the NFL. And if you do not have depth, if you don't have those guys that come in at, you know what I'm saying, in week 15 and week 16 that can hold it down for you, then you're going to have issues. And definitely we have issues, not just only with our cornerback room, but when you look at our offensive line. I looked at the initial 53-man roster and almost had a rant on why did we keep Thayer Mumford on our roster, because he was our swing tackle. As bad as he played all preseason, being a Western stage door to everybody on the defensive line, and we decided to award him a 53-man roster. And I had to sit back and come to reality when I looked at who was on the roster. We did not have anybody to be our backup tackle. So because we didn't have anybody, we were stuck with a stage, a swinging open door that was playing bad for us all off season. You know what I'm saying? So that's where our roster is. Unfortunately, I hate to say it like that, but that's the reality of where our roster is. And what it really reminds me of, and that's why when I get to my number, is going to equate similar to what we saw in the past. I wish I had a couple of minutes to throw some popcorn in the microwave, because we've seen this movie before. We've seen a very good offense and a very bad defense, and that's what's going to end up happening this season. Unfortunately, our offense is going to ball out. Bowers is going to do his thing. Genty's going to do his thing. Geno Smith is going to hold it down and keep that offense afloat. But it's going to come down to a situation where our offense is scoring. And I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying this is what we're going to score this year, but I'm using it as an example. Our offense is going to score 24 points, which should allow us to win some games, but our defense is going to give up 27 points.
This is where I'm on Max's helmet, bro. This is time for him to take over. This is his defense now. It's time to turn up, bro. You got to take that next step into your career. And
hey, shout out to Paul real quick. He said we kept Mumford and replaced him with Steve Forsythe. That's even worse. Didn't know that could be possible.
And don't get me started on that, because again, I didn't know Stone Forsythe, but hey, when the Raiders say we signed so and so, I do the homework. And when I popped in the tape and saw Stone Forsythe, I kind of felt like we should have kept Mumford.
It's like you brought in almost the equivalent. Hey, Twuan, this will go on all night with our frustrations. My one thing of what you were saying too about Mumford is, if you knew you were going to cut him anyways, then why did you not already start thinking in your head, who can we get? Right? Who can we get? Because giving up a 5th round pick for Kenny Pickett didn't make sense to me, for example, because a lot of motherfuckers were getting cut anyways, and you probably could have gotten them for nothing, right? So don't understand that. It's almost like you want to give the Eagles something. But yeah, announcing your 53, keeping Thayer Mumford on it, and then cutting them with no plan in sight, bro. I feel like there's I don't know, man. There's definitely I'm trusting the process, Twuan. Yeah. I'm gonna trust the process and get it to the end. You know, so.
and to get to my final as I come to a close, for those that go to church, you've heard that statement before. As I come to a close, the reason why I said the 24 and 27 is because we've had that happen to us for years. We've had a good offense, and our defense didn't hold their end of the table. And what did we end up doing? We end up getting 8 wins. So that's where I'm at.
So you're gonna say 8?
I'm gonna say 8. And something in my something over here is telling me 7.
Okay.
But
you at least realistically went way down.
But I'm gonna go 8. And that's based off of what I've seen in the past, where our offense was great, our defense couldn't hold water, and it's not because of our D line, but that secondary, that them corners, they gonna rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. But what are you gonna do when the wide receivers are running wild on you?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to be that type of situation. And every time those seasons that we had that, we won 8 games.
Okay. Hey
Our
man, that's
our
fair.
pass
You at
rush
least
has
were
to be,
realistic in dropping it down, Twan. So
our pass rush has to be elite. I understand. Our DBs are uh, not what you consider top flight by any means, or elite, but I think that's kind of Chip Kelly's MO. So I think as long as our pass rush is effective, our DBs are going to be all right.
I don't need nobody on this team to be elite. I just need them to be above average.
Yeah, exactly. We just talked about it. Yeah.
I'll be, as much as I was being negative, I'll give a positive. The positive is that we're young. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of these areas, like the corners that I'm going in on.
Athletic, Twan. They're all athletic.
They're athletic and they're young, but they
Fast.
need time. And I don't think
Strong.
I think this season is you just got to take your lumps. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, rookies are going to do rookie things, right? Very important. If he goes out there, he's going to do rookie things. He needs to get beat up in the NFL to realize, hey, this is how I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? And then when he gets that, hopefully that light comes on and he's ready to go. And now we got something in, you know what I'm saying? Now we got not just, because I do like our safeties, but them corners is a problem. So that's but it's young. We're young in a lot of the areas. The O-line is the O-line. I don't know why but it's frustrating. Anybody else want to talk about their win total before we get into, because what I would like to do to finish thing out, I would like to talk about the upcoming game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe players that we need to look out for and all that stuff. But anybody want to talk about their win totals? Maybe anything they want to add to?
I just want to add. I just want to add that I think that the picture that everybody needs to see when they listen to us is we all agree that we're trusting the process, and we all agree that we want what's best for our team. I just think we're all landing differently as to what that means, right? I'm not going to root against our team, but last year it drove me crazy to believe we were going to win certain games, hope for the best, and then we would lose. This year, if I'm going to be an elderman to my younger brother Chewy, I'm going to be like, you know what? If we win a game that I didn't think we were going to win, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But my worst case scenario at this point is when we lose a game that I thought we would lose because we didn't quite have enough, I'm going to say that's okay because I already knew that. Next year is when I'm going to be pissed when we lose games that we're not supposed to lose. But when we lose a game that like all you have to do is look at the odds. If the odds say that we're supposed to lose, we're supposed to lose. That's what it's going to be. And when we win, we'll be pleasantly surprised. That's my attitude about it. But I'm going to trust Spytek. I'm going to trust Carroll. If you guys say that JPJ is a motherfucking right guard, then right guard away. That's fine with me. I'm going to trust the whole thing.
I'm not good with the offensive line, but I had Addis had 10 wins before the Christian Wilkins news came out, but I knew that he wasn't going to be a part of the team before that. I just felt like after an injury like that, it usually takes you a year or so to get back, about week 8 or so to get back to full strength. And even then, it's still not, you're not 100%. You're able to play. So I had us at 10 wins before the Christian Wilkins thing, but I already knew that he wasn't going to be a part of that. So I think that my 10 wins is that's why I got to stick with it. It's just our roster is our roster, and I'm just hoping on Pete Carroll to unlock all these players that we have on our squad. So,
hey, well, you know, your 10 wins is what Pete Carroll says that he gets every year. So, you know what I'm saying? You might have a good one there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. I win at least 10 games, you know what I'm saying? So, if someone was like, hey, I'm going 10 wins because that's what Pete Carroll said, and I'm putting pressure on Pete Carroll to get us 10 wins, I'd be like, hey, I'm with you on that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really up to Pete Carroll. And, you know, I've put pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? I've put it in videos already. You know what I'm saying? Because this cornerback room, that's his sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? He loves him some corners, and he likes to work with the corners. So if that's our weakest room, hey, Pete Carroll, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? What you doing, dog? And we'll see what I gotta say week to week on that, because I'll be doing what you do on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, starting this upcoming week. But going into this week 1, we here. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say this real quick. Just think about it. Last time we had a good quarterback, good running back, you know what I mean, a decent wide receiver, a good tight end, and a so-so offensive line, we went to the playoffs under Basacci. It was a playoff team.
Who was our receiver? I think it was just Waller, no?
No.
Zay Jones.
Hunter
21.
Hunter Renfro. Yeah.
Hunter Renfro. Yeah. The Zenny Rennie's in. So, and Zay Jones. Yeah, Zay Jones. Zay Jones and Hunter Renfro. You know what I mean? It's a playoff team. So why can't they be that again? It's supposed to be a better quarterback. Supposed to be this running back is supposed to be the all comings of Cummings for running backs. You know what I mean? Because everybody was rah shish boom bah for Ashton Genty, and if you say you weren't, you're lying. I'll call you a fucking liar to your goddamn face. You're a fucking liar. So everybody's been shucking and jiving on his balls. I don't want to hear no backouts when it ain't 100% working, because the offense.
You're talking to a different group of people then, bro. Because all you need.
No. I'm not talking to nobody on here. I'm not talking to anybody on here. I'm not talking to anybody on here. But there are people who have already I didn't really like what I saw from him in the preseason. Are you fucking serious? You're talking about the small little sample size that you saw from preseason that didn't look that bad. Now, he only looked bad in the first game, and he wasn't out there that long. But game 2 and game 3, he looked decent, where he looked to the point where, I don't want to see any more of him. Put his ass up until regular season comes out, because I don't want too much tape out on him.
I don't want to see him in the blue tent. Fuck.
I don't want to see him in the blue tent, but I also don't want a lot of tape on him either. You know what I mean? I don't need teams, with too much information about what it is he can do. You just find out firsthand like everybody else. You know what I mean? Watch the game the week before that. You know what I mean? You want to know what he's gonna do to you. You come in win the season. Watch what happens before he gets to you. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can really tell you. So, for me, that's why that's kind of where I feel like I'm at where I'm at. Because this is a team with actually more talent than the last team we had that went to the playoffs.
All right. Well, hey, let's
bet on that. You're gonna hit.
Let's talk about week 1. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go to Beantown and handle some business. What players to look out for on their side?
I like the matchup. I guess Campbell, their rookie left tackle, has a bum ankle. It just recently happened too, so it's kind of fresh. I like Kuntz's chances over there to get off. I have a feeling it's going to be a running game, though, so I don't know if we're going to get a chance to really tee off like we want to with our pass rush. It's going to be a cold, wet game, supposedly. So we'll see. We'll see, though.
One guy that I was high on in the draft, and actually one guy that I really wanted us to get, because I really wasn't looking to get Genty. In the draft, I thought that we needed to invest in O-line early, pretty much getting the O-lineman in the first round. But the running back that I wanted was Henderson. Between Omarion, who's at the Chargers, what I hate, and Henderson is definitely a guy that I really liked coming out the draft. We're gonna have to deal with him in the running game, especially like you said, Nate, with the weather being the weather. We know McDaniels is gonna want to run the ball anyway, but because of the weather, definitely it's the occasion to run the ball, especially to help out their quarterback and Drake May. They do not want Drake May to throw the ball all around the field. They don't want him to drop back 30 times and have to throw the ball. That creates danger. So that's another key to our defense, though, is definitely we gotta commit and stop that run.
No doubt. Yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. Definitely see us winning this game. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to be a run first game. I mean, dude, we got Jamal Adams, Eron, who's a downhill linebacker. Not only that, but the defensive line, you know what I mean? It's not the worst. But with them having Christian Gonzalez out and then also Will Campbell not playing at 100%, I mean, this team has to eat tomorrow, man. They got to turn it up quick.
I think another benefit that we have is because Pete Carroll has been, you know what I'm saying? Pete Carroll's been a freaking flyer miles type of dude. So, you know, Seattle's the farthest, you know what I'm saying, farthest travelers in regards to, you know, games and stuff like that, especially going to the East Coast. So he knows how we need to travel. He knows what time we need to, you know what I'm saying, get there to have our guys ready to go. I don't think there's going to be, I think we can start to get rid of that idea that the you know, oh, it's an early game, you know what I'm saying, the Raiders are going to start off slow and all of that. We can get rid of that. I think even the last practice that they had, they actually practiced the time that they were supposed to be at the game. So I think they pretty much they practiced at 10 o'clock, knowing that on the East Coast, that's a 1 o'clock game, you know what I'm saying, type of situation. So they're preparing their bodies, and right now they're sleep, you know what I'm saying, getting themselves rested for what's to come.
Well, for me, I think that's probably the most evenly matched football game of the weekend. They're plus 2.5. You get 3 just for being at home. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, at plus 2.5, you know, this is really an evenly matched game. Our quarterback is I want to say maybe 2-3 levels above their quarterback, but their quarterback has all the capability of being on the level of our quarterback in given time. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but I like Drake May. Because I know what he can be. You know, not just what he is right now, but what he could possibly develop into being. You know what I mean? He could end up being a Josh Allen type quarterback. You know what I mean? So, you know, he has good delivery. He's not afraid to get outside the pocket, extend the play. You know what I mean? Make things happen with his feet. You know, so I mean, that's really the future of the NFL, bro. You cannot be a statue in the pocket anymore. You see that starting to die out real quickly now. You know what I mean? If you look at, I don't know if y'all seen the post, but a picture went up of the starting quarterbacks for NFL Week 1, and for the first time in NFL history, I think it was 16 black starting quarterbacks, all considered dual threat, be able to get out the pocket. You know what I mean? I think it was like 16 of them, bro. And that's just the black quarterbacks. We haven't even added in a Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? We haven't added in a Drake May. You know what I mean? We haven't added in a Justin Herbert. We haven't added in that boy up there in Cincinnati. You know what I mean? Like you look at these quarterbacks these days. These quarterbacks make things happen not just with their arm, but with their feet as well. You know what I mean? It's a part of the game. So now it's getting so common that you can't even call them dual threat quarterbacks. You just have to call them quarterbacks because they all can do it. You can't even categorize them as dual threat quarterbacks because now it's becoming a mandatory ability you must have to be a quarterback in the NFL. So those type of things, you know, they make me on end because this game can go either way. It can go in favor for them. It can go in favor for us. In the end, for this game, it's all going to boil down to who makes less mistakes. Team that makes less mistakes and capitalize on the ones that they create for the other team will win this game. And that's just that.
Isn't what is something that you guys are definitely going to be looking at in the game?
Everything for me, Twuan. I'm analyzing everything with a microscope in this game, bro. This is a game of full starters. You know what I mean? You might see some backup players sprinkled in every now and then. But for this first game, bro, I'm holding the most powerful microscope you could ever find in the whole wide world to this fucking game. I'm dissecting this fucking game.
Yeah.
Every inch.
It's a machine altogether. It needs every part to be working correctly. And I think the main part of this machine, this engine, it's got to be the offense. And with all the high power targets we got on offense, and with the Geno out there, I think we're going to really depend on our offense getting off and putting up points to make it to where our defense can just pin their earbacks and just rush the quarterback, and everything else will work itself out. But I think our offense is going to need to put up some points. 24 would be nice a game, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, Twuan, I'll actually be paying more attention to when mistakes are happening or when momentum is shifting against us. I want to see how the sideline looks. I want to see how the coach is handling it. I want to see how the other players are handling each other, because like I said, man, this is year one of the Pete Carroll era with John Spytek. So I want to see, with adversity happening, how tight the group can become. The tighter the group becomes with more adversity, then I know that we're headed the right direction. I best that I could hope for tomorrow, obviously, other than a win, which would be shocking to me, but best that I could hope for tomorrow would be we play a hell of a game and it's close. What I honestly believe will happen tomorrow is if we can't even expose the fact that they don't have Christian Gonzalez out there, and it's because our O-line is discombobulated, bro, then it's gonna tell me what it needs to tell me. Because I agree with you, Twuan. Without Christian Gonzalez, without Christian, hold on, let me finish. Without Christian Gonzalez out there to play against us, bro, we should score 24 on them.
Even with the weather, though, I don't know if it's going to be that high scoring of a game, but
no, I hear you. I'm just saying that weaponry wise, when I think of it in my head, I'm like, well, who's going to cover Jacoby Myers? Shit, who's going to cover Jack Besh if you put him out there, if we're being real? Who's going to cover Brock Bowers, right? Like, given their current state, the whole defensive back works with Christian Gonzalez. Without Christian Gonzalez, now you're asking everyone else to step up their game. And we got veterans in there now. And I mean, you know, I know Brock Bowers is only year two, but I kind of consider him a veteran already in that sense, right? So if I only give you those two weapons, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Brock Bowers, and then you got Geno Smith throwing the ball, if you don't give Geno Smith or if you don't give him the time to throw the ball, that's when I'm going to be like, all right, there you go. The O-line's going to be the issue. But I hear you, though, Nate, about the weather, right? Maybe that'll affect Genty. Maybe it won't. All I know is if Travion Henderson gets 150 yards and Genty gets 50, that's all. That's all I'm going to need to know then.
Yeah.
So
it goes back to talent evaluation. I'm with you with most of your points, Angelo. I'm just trying to keep the conversation going.
It's gonna be interesting because again, you have there's so many. There's based on the injuries, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things that can get exploited, but the question is, are we going to take advantage of those things? You know what I'm saying?
So this is one of those games where if it's really gonna rain the whole game, you can see a lot of rushing attempts. You're gonna see a heavy use of Genty. You're gonna see Mustard. You're gonna see Zeus. You know what I mean? You might even see Brock Bowers get a handoff. You know what I mean? With an end around. You know what I mean? Or you might see Mayers get it. You know what I mean? On an end around. You're gonna see short passes. You might see a deep shot. You know what I mean? If you can catch a cornerback slipping, you know what I mean? If you go give him a little jabby jab to the inside and his cleats come from underneath him and he goes sliding, then yeah, you might catch a deep pass off something like that. You know what I mean? That does happen in rainy games. You know what I mean? When the field gets too wet and niggas get to sliding, you know what I mean? Things like of that nature, but it's not often. You know what I mean? So you're gonna really see a heavy dose of really, in the trenches fighting. You know what I mean? That D line, O line gonna get that work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Both sides of the ball for both teams. They're gonna get that fucking work tomorrow. That's just the reality of that. The wide receivers might have a slight easy day, but our wide receivers won't, because our wide receivers are required to block. You know what I mean? Other teams, their wide receivers, they're not required to block. You know what I mean? They ask them to, but they don't really all do too well of a job at it. But our wide receivers can block. And this is Jacoby going back into New England. You know what I mean? He want that bag. He want that money. He got to go back into New England where he was, and they let him go. You know what I mean? He came to us. You know what I mean? He need that money from us. He got to go and show out with the opportunities that he's given tomorrow. And I believe he will. You know what I mean? I know people have given me shit because I say, he's not a number one wide receiver on somebody else's team, just on ours. That doesn't discredit the man's talent. A number one is a number one. If you ask me, I'm just being realistic. Name me a team in the NFL where if he went there, he'd be their number one right now.
The Niners.
So one team?
Yeah, that's the only other team I know because they're in my backyard. But
I'm just saying, like, what NFL team would he go and instantly be their number one wide receiver? Exactly. You know what I mean? But he fits the system of what it is we're doing here. So,
oh, my bad. You were saying what system could Jacoby Myers have gone into and became instantly the number one? Can we take away
right now? What NFL team could he go to?
No, I know. What makes it hard is so many good NFL teams with actually really good, smart front offices do have number one wide receivers. Because name me an NFL team right now that doesn't have a number one wide receiver. Now, hold on. Before you answer that, Dirty, if the question you're asking me is, name me a team that Jacoby Myers would 100% be a wide receiver one on in a current system that's being run, and I'm able to have a clean slate, right? If you take away Amon-Ra St. Brown from Detroit and you put Jacoby Myers in that same exact spot, Jacoby Myers eats.
But you have to take away.
No, but that's what I'm trying to tell you is that No. I'm trying to explain it to you. That is Jacoby Myers a number one wide receiver? Yes, he is. Is he worth the 28 million he's asking for? Probably not. Just because, but the market is the market, right? The market is the market. So, yeah, but at the end of the day, if you actually utilize Jacoby Myers the way you're supposed to utilize him, I think he is a solid, viable number one. Now, I'm not the only one that said that. I like Jacoby Myers a lot. I like that he blocks.
I like it
I
too.
like that he's mean as hell. I kind of like him. If I'm being honest, man, I kind of like him more than I like AJ Brown. And I know everyone loves AJ Brown, but I think that Jacoby Myers' ceiling could be even better or every bit as good as AJ Brown's. I just don't think he's gotten the same opportunities because of the shit show of coaching that's happened the last 3 years. So
you're not getting no argument from me. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know who doesn't have a number one?
I like Jacoby, but I honestly couldn't name. And you say Amon St. Brown, but Amon St. Brown is the number one slot receiver in the NFL. He's the number one slot receiver. So even if you utilize Jacoby on that team, you misluded. You're not utilizing the number.
I don't know,
one
man.
guy.
I kind of have CD as my number one slot receiver in the NFL, but that's a different argument. So
it's a different argument. You know what I mean? It's a
It moves
completely
around.
different argument.
but go ahead,
I can
Juan.
say,
You were
look,
getting to say,
they 1 and 2, and you could flip it either way, and you wouldn't get an argument from me.
yeah. If you put Jacoby Myers with the Dallas Cowboys, even if
He's
you
not
put
a
Jacoby Myers, in fact, right now with just Dallas Cowboys, even with their current George Pickens and CD
He's
Lamb
not a
situation,
He's not a number one.
I don't know, man. I
CD
like
is
him better than
number one
Pickens.
regardless, bro.
I like
You
Jacoby
could
Myers
throw
better than
somebody
Pickens.
out.
I can rely on Jacoby Myers more than I can on Pickens.
Yeah, but CD is still number one there.
Oh no, CD is one of the greatest, obviously. So,
CD is
but
number one.
I'm just saying that Jacoby Myers doesn't get enough credit for how good he is.
Drops. Mr. Drops, the greatest.
Good. He's a good guy, but here's the thing: he just hit his first 1,000-yard season last year, bro.
I know, because and he got most of that in the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean is let the man eat.
After DA left, right?
Okay, I know.
And here's the
you're
sad
making
thing.
my point for me, JD.
Look, here's the sad thing. He's only gonna, if we do sign it to an extension, he's only gonna be number one this year. So if Horton has a successful year, as everybody's thinking that he will, he'll be the number one next year, and Jacoby will relegate back to number two.
Okay, well, first off, the reason why, I don't know what the money situation is, and I if Spytek or those guys really looked at Jacoby in the face and said, honestly, bro, I don't think you're worth that. That's fair. This is business. You know, it's up to Jacoby to raise his price up. It's not the Raiders' job to overpay. Okay, so I get it. At the same time, though, I'm not going to sit there and get lied to in the face and act like he's not the best receiver that we have. You're certainly not going to convince me that he's going to. If you drew up plays, if Chip Kelly drew up plays the same way they be drawing up plays for Amon-Ra St. Brown or CD Lamb or anyone else, Jacoby would easily get over 1,000 yards. But they don't even be doing that, right? Because he always got to play second fiddle. But I'm going to tell you right now, you fucking put Jacoby Myers and Los Angeles Rams system, I bet you he'll get more catches than Devontae. You know, like because he'd have the Puka Nacua position. There's a reason why Puka's and Puka came from nowhere, right? Mm-hmm. But Puka became a wide receiver one because he proved his worth, and then they gave him a chance. Jacoby proved his worth, and not only did they not give him a chance, they took it away from him. They were like, oh, well, we're going to go ahead.
Jacoby's numbers were, he did 1,000 yards, but I think he had 4 touchdowns last year. That's not enough to.
Exactly, because they're not even scheming it for him. You guys are all making my arguments for me. If you scheme the plan for Jacoby, he'll be the wide receiver one.
He's not getting off like that, Angelo. No, I don't.
Bro, I believe in Jacoby.
I don't see it. I like Jacoby.
I'm not.
I think Jacoby's good. Let me just say this though. Look, I think Jacoby is good, but it's easy to be a number one on a team with no talent whatsoever at the wide receiver room.
That's why I like Chewy.
Okay. No,
Who do
no,
we?
that's fair.
We ain't got
That's
no
what I'm
number
saying.
one wide receiver.
That's my
So
argument. That's exactly my argument.
we ain't got
But
no.
but I do
No,
like
that-
him.
That's a fair. No, that's a fair
honestly,
statement,
like,
Chewy.
he's-
And Chewy, you're absolutely right. We got nobody. You're absolutely
that's
right.
why
You're
it
absolutely
was
right.
easy to step up.
Yeah. So
But this is my
okay,
thing
so
too. I like, as far as a man, a human being, Jacoby Myers is legit, bro. Like, you see
yeah,
how he handles
there's
the
a
press
reason.
conference.
Yes,
Anybody else?
there's
He
a
fucks
reason why
Raiders,
the players
fucks these guys
asked
on
him to
that.
stay, bro. When you got
Yeah.
your own players begging you to stay and play, come on, man, that's all you
Look, here's
need.
my thing.
Yeah.
I want Jacoby to stay here. I like what he brings to the team. I like him as a human being. I like how he runs routes. Is he being misutilized? Yeah. But is there a reason behind that? Yeah, it is. Who the fuck else you gonna put there? You're not gonna line Brock Bowers up at fucking wide receiver every goddamn play. You're not gonna do that. So who do you use? You have to use your guy.
It was so bad last year. We were saying move Bowers to receiver and start Mayer or Michael Mayer at tight end. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
What's crazy is Brock Bowers is still the number one target.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
100%.
He's still the number one target. Jacoby's just the number one wide receiver.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he's still number two on a depth chart when it comes to receiving targets.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, though, Dirty. Tomorrow, you're gonna see Jacoby. He's gonna have a hell of a game for two reasons. Number one, they don't got nobody that's gonna be able to cover Jacoby, and number two, they're trying to up his. They're gonna try to up his value, so that people who do want Jacoby will be like, "We'll give you a third-round pick for him, man." That's what'll happen.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't even look at it as upping his value. You give him an opportunity to prove he's worth what he's asking for. You know what I mean? You're giving him the opportunity. You're saying, hey, look, okay, cool. This is what you want. This is what we require from you to be able to achieve that. You give us 6 games and you get somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 yards in 6 games, just in the neighborhood. It ain't gotta be exactly 700. It just has to be in the neighborhood. Has to be 100-yard average per game, at least. You know what I mean? At least when you're asking for 28 million, you have to average anywhere between 85 and 156 yards receiving a game. If you're not averaging that, and you have to at least have 1 touchdown, you know what I mean, every 2 games, minimum. You have to have at least 1 every 2 games. That's a minimum. So you can't be having 7 touchdowns on a 17-game season.
4.
You can't be breaking 1,000 yards for the first time after 7 years. You understand what I'm saying? And be asking for wide receiver. Well, I won't even call it wide receiver money. It's diva money. That's diva price tag. Diva comes with that amount of money.
Yeah.
Let
Carolina take that one.
Yeah. That's diva money. That's not wide receiver money. That's diva money. And when you become a diva, you become a headache. You change.
We'll say, but I will say this: you're onto something, though, bro. I did say this the other day. It's in his best interest to be successful this season, whenever it happens. It's best for him to go out there and put up numbers no matter what. So it's not like he's going to pack it up and just say fuck it. So I think we can get something out of him. So yeah.
I think we might get a third out of him anyway, because I as many times as I've talked to New England Patriot fan, they talking about they'll give whatever we want to get Jacoby back. They want him back in New England.
That's fine. You can want him back in New England, but here's his opportunity to actually get paid. You need to follow up your first 1,000-yard season with another 1,000-yard season. You know, You want to prove that you are what you say you are, because at this point in time, it's really about proving it. People see flashes of it. We can see the greatness in him. And I'm not saying that he could never be worth that amount of money. But your record hasn't shown me $28 million a year wide receiver. It
No,
just
I
hasn't
agree.
shown me that. Huh?
I agree. I agree
know
with
what I
you,
mean?
Dirty.
I
The
believe
one
you could be the $28 million, but you would have to put up another 1,000-yard season this year. Look,
yeah,
all I asked him to do is guarantee the money that's on the contract now. You know what I mean? Guarantee the $15 million that's on the contract right now. Guarantee that. Let that man have a peace of mind that he understands that no matter what, he's going to get his $15 million. We owe him that. We owe him that. But the 28, you're gonna have to work for that, my brother. 1,000-yard season doesn't get you $28 million a year, my guy. I'm sorry, it
I
just
agree.
doesn't.
I agree. I think Spytech agrees with you too, bro. That's why he didn't give it. I
Yeah.
think again though, what's happening now is if Jacoby balls out the way you say he's gonna ball out, there's no reason for Jacoby to stay with the Raiders after this year. So if we're gonna get
There
any
it is.
value for him at all, bro, we gotta trade him if he balls out, or we gotta renew his ass before the halfway point of the season.
Then that's the thing. If at week 8 he's dancing on 800 yards, he looked like he about to break 1,000 in maybe the next 2 games, go ahead and get that man his money. He proved his worth. He proved his worth. But if he's not even close to that, it's got to be a give and take on both sides, bro.
Listen, bro,
You
the
28,
price,
but you gave me a wide receiver that's worth maybe 22.
dirty. The price keeps going, bruh. The price keeps going up because they just did an extension with Jameson Williams tonight, 83 million. That's the extension, dude. The price is just gonna keep going up.
Who's a better wide receiver?
You're talking about who's already proven it? It would be Jacoby. Jacoby's proven more than Jameson Williams has.
Who's younger?
Come on, bro.
Who has
like now that's just
who has a higher ceiling of their career being more valuable. And I'm not trying to look, please don't take it as me shitting on Jacoby. But they extended that man.
I believe you that you're not shitting on Jacoby.
Huh?
I believe you that you're not shitting. Yeah, I believe you.
But that man, they gave that man an extension for a reason, man. They gave it to him for a reason. They believe that he's worth that. Because he's shown in less time that he could be a better wide receiver than Jacoby Myers. Jacoby's just now, look, here's the thing. He's just now entering the peak of his prime, right? Jacoby's just now like kind of entering the peak of his prime. But the problem is we don't know how long of a peak it actually is. It could stop right here, right where we're at. That could be the peak of the mountain, and then he starts to decline from there. But you would see through his career, he's made the trek up, and he's got to this one point, stalled out, and came back down. But when he came back down, the dumbass Raiders had already given him $28 million a fucking year for the next 3 years, when he doesn't have the numbers nowhere near that. You see what I'm saying? So for me, if at week 8 you teetering like 800 yards and you might break 1,000 in the next 2 weeks or whatnot, yeah, I'm inclined to revisit the situation and talk to you. You know what I mean? If you're about to break 1,000, you know what I mean, and we ain't even got to week 10 yet, but you already around the 800 mark. Oh yeah, man, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. You've been doing your thing, and I know he blocked. See, that's one of the things you can't say nothing bad about him. You can't say that man can't block because he can block. He is a hell of a blocking wide receiver. He runs nice, crisp routes too. You know what I mean? The problem is he ain't always open. Even though his routes is crisp and everything, he ain't always open. He's also not always the first option. So even at the times that he's open, the eyes aren't on him because he's not the first option. So with this year, you being kind of really the first option in this offense when it comes to passing, aside from Brock Bowers, you know what I mean? And more than likely, if they line you both up on the same side, Geno can see both of y'all at the same time. So he can see 1 and 2. He can see what 1 and 2 is doing at the same time. You know what I mean? Versus having to look over here for 2 and look back over here for 1. You know what I mean? If they line them both up on the same side for a majority of the plays, it'll be easier on Geno to see 1 and 2. I see my number 1, you know what I mean, tight end. I see my number 1 wide receiver all in the same play at the same time, not having to look around. You know, so I mean, again, like I said, this could be a phenomenal team if everything goes according to order and they just follow the blueprint that was. Look, you ain't always got to make changes to the blueprint. The building could be just fine and dandy and beautiful and gorgeous. You know what I mean? If you just follow what we fucking drew up. Don't do no extra. Don't try to be like, well, you know what? I found this new fucking product. No, nigga, I ain't trying to know new products, bro. No new products. Just build with what I gave you. Build with what I gave you. You know what I mean? This shit's already been tested, proved. You know what I mean? Withstand the standard time. I ain't here to try nothing new. So just play football. Go out there and just play good football, mistake-free football, and you will be a great fucking football team. Just play mistake-free football.
Yeah, we got some things to be concerned about, but we also got some things to be confident in. I think, you know, whether you look at it either way, I think we're kind of teetering, right? There are certain things we're confident in, there's certain things that we have concerns with, and I think those things will balance out, and we'll see. We get to see that in a couple of hours, and you know what I'm saying, starting off how they want to set the tone. Remember, the first couple of weeks is really setting the identity of who we are as a team, and how we're going to run moving forward. So they're going to have to figure out, are we really going to be that running team that we say that we want to be? Or do we have to end up being that passing team to win games? Because remember, no matter what the situation may be, Pete Carroll's already put it out from the get-go. The initial idea is that we win games. So he's going to be out there doing whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, scheming up whatever it is for us to win games. It may be the running game that has us winning games. It may be the passing game that has us winning games. And we'll see where it identifies as a team, especially in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was saying yesterday that I think it's just the nature of the offenses. It takes a little bit longer for the run game to get going. Most teams, I think we're gonna have to pass the run. I feel like at least starting off the season to open up the run game to back off the heavy loaded boxes. We're gonna have to open them up with some deep shots and Brock Bowers, of course. But I have faith in Geno Smith and what he can do to open up the offense to make us successful. So we got to see it though. You got to show me from the show me state.
All right, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm just putting up people's responses, not really trying to read them, but you know what I'm saying, putting up certain things that I'm seeing that are tying into the conversations. But if you guys are listening to this, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on all channels. You know what I'm saying? If you're here with Raider Twuan, obviously this is Raider Twuan. hit that like button. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe. All that is completely free to do. I'm not asking you, you know what I'm saying, to pay my rent, you know what I'm saying, even though that would be great. But I ain't asking for you to do that. I'm just asking for you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe on my channel. Go ahead to Nutty Raider Nate's channel, hit like and subscribe on one of his videos. You know what I'm saying? If you're not watching this video, Dirty Raider has content too. Go ahead and watch. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe to one of his old videos. And Angelo is just all over the place, but he's always giving good content. So wherever you see Angelo, definitely go ahead and hit that like button, because he is giving you that Raider gospel. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody. I see some new faces that have came in, so appreciate you guys coming in on the late night tip. We are a couple of hours in, but we're just talking about, you know, the upcoming game. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And you know, we'll do our best to give you how we're feeling or what we're thinking about that specific topic. You said we're gonna Nate, you said we're gonna be able to pass the run. That might be the option. That might be the option. And I think this is where I'm confident, Nate. Because this was one of the issues that we've had with other coaches, is I don't think Pete Carroll's stuck in his way in regards to how we win. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had other coaches that we knew, okay, we lost that game because that fool was just stuck in his way. He didn't want to deviate, you know what I'm saying, from the game plan that he scripted all week. You know what I'm saying? I think Pete Carroll would be like, hey, if we're not cooking and it's halftime, he's gonna be like, hey, scrap that. We gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And make those adjustments. I know I did the game plan last year. I'm not doing the game plan this year because you guys, I'm not wasting all my hours and you guys ain't watching it. Just being honest. So I found out some other things that I'll be doing throughout the season, but that was one of the biggest things that I would be saying week to week in the game plan in regards to coaching is make the adjustments. And I'm confident that Pete Carroll's one of those coaches that will make the adjustments.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's it for me, though, guys. I appreciate you, Twuan, having me up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you.
Hate to dip. I'd say dip early, but it's late for me. Shit, I gotta be up early tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. I gotta pretend like I'm sleeping right now. So
yeah, for sure.
Hey, Angelo, good to see you, brother. Hey, Dirty, good as always, bro.
Hey, thanks, mate.
Yep, always, brother.
Hey, see you on the next one for sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
So, Angelo, hey, what are you seeing from what are you seeing from McDaniels that you think he might pull out? You know what I'm saying? To try to razzle dazzle us. You know, week one.
The thing about McDaniels is we can hate him all we want, and other people can hate him too. But as an offensive coordinator, that motherfucker knows what he's doing. And in fact, even our own players said that. The problem isn't with him drawing up plays. He's got Pop Douglas. He's got Keyshawn Booty. He's got Stephon Diggs with that kid behind Stephon Diggs. That kid's pretty good, man. That Williams kid coming from college. And then Travion Henderson, bro. Shit. Travion Henderson with Ramondre Stevenson. That's deadly, man. The only real question is, like, is the O-line for him going to hold up? But if it does, you know, Drake May's got Hunter Henry. I mean, to me, dude, I kind of think, Drake May, if he becomes what I think he can become, kind of like what Dirty's talking about, I think he'll be better than Justin Herbert if he can hit a ceiling. I think he's gonna be better than Justin Herbert.
Mhm.
And Justin Herbert looked pretty fucking good last night. You know, I'm just saying. And
He
you know,
looked better.
maybe
I won't look good. He didn't do things I was, that he normally do. You know what I mean? He looked like he had a little bit better grasp and concept of playing
yes,
quarterback.
that's what it.
You know,
And that's what I was gonna revert back to is with McDaniels. From what we also know, everybody says that his system, especially the quarterbacks, all say that his system is kind of complicated and it takes a little bit of time to kind of figure it out. So the only thing I would say is if Drake May hasn't quite figured it out, you might see kind of a vanilla concept from Josh McDaniels because he's not trying to make it too hard on the kid. You know, so you're not going to see like some crazy ass plays. You're just going to see the plays that we've seen before. Where
Yeah.
I see, or the reason, and in fact, I'll give you this one. The reason why I'm hoping that this game is close is between the fact that this is the first time Josh McDaniels is working with Drake May, and Pete Carroll is such a good head coach that he knows how to make adjustments during a game. That's where I could see it being close. Other than that, bro, we don't have the defensive back talents to be able to fucking guard their guys. We don't.
Yeah.
Like I want to pretend like we do, but we don't. Right? We
you're
don't.
right.
We if our front line, let's say our front line, best case scenario, right? Balls out and can get to Drake May. Drake May can run, bro, just like Justin Herbert can, just like Patrick Mahomes can. So now, who you asking to stop him? You gonna ask Landon Roberts to stop him? I hope so. You gonna ask Jermaine Pratt to stop him? Maybe. Devin White gonna stop that kid? I hope so. Right? But see, we're hoping again, dude. We're hoping. We're hoping for things to go right. And I'm not gonna drive myself crazy like I did last year. That's it.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
done,
drive
Dirty.
myself crazy. I got the faith of a mustard seed, and I'm gonna let it grow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hey
let it
man,
grow.
I'm as faithful as they come. I'm gonna rock with them, even though I know, like I said, I'll be pleasantly surprised if they surprise me tomorrow, Twan. Right? Because that remember when we did your prediction show, I had us losing to the Patriots. I still have us losing to the Patriots. I think the difference now is I got us losing to the Chargers on Monday Night Football, and then I got us losing to Washington, and then I got us losing to the Bears.
So
So
we'll
we
come
might
back.
start.
We'll come back
We might start 0-4.
bye week. We'll come back in the bye week and discuss all your wrongs. We'll come back and discuss all
We're
your
gonna do a
wrongs.
whole live on Angelo's wrongs.
Yeah, we're gonna do
I
a, we're
hope
gonna do
so.
a whole we're gonna do a
I hope
whole
so.
5-week breakdown on Angelo being wrong.
I hope so. I mean, I want you guys to just crucify me. I hope so. I hope I'm
Oh, I'm
wrong,
going to
man.
all season long. Every game that you said we was gonna lose and we win, I'm like Angelo.
Yep.
Angelo,
I want you to keep that energy, bro. I want you to keep that energy
find me
because I'm
on
just being
IG
real.
every game we win that you said I'm like Angelo, and that's it. That's all the post gonna be.
I want Twan to call me up and say, "Hey, man, you were wrong, Angelo. You need to come to the show, and Dirty's gonna be here." I hope so, bro. I will fucking go every week if I'm wrong. But that's the thing is, I took off the rose-colored glasses, Dirty. I took them off, and I said to myself, first year head coach, first year GM. They're trying to figure shit out. I'm gonna let them figure shit out. And last time I checked, nobody figures their shit out in the NFL and wins games. They're figuring shit out. This is what they're gonna do. Which is fine.
I think they got a master plan. I think they pulled the wool over everybody's eyes in preseason.
I hope so.
I mean, they didn't really want to show y'all anything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They just threw people out there to give them the opportunity to be a part of the team. Some did good with it, some didn't. You know what I mean? And they got, okay, cool. We saw what we saw. You know what I mean? We saw what we saw from who we saw it from. That's who we gonna put on the team. Whoever we didn't see, give us what we was looking for. They gotta go. That's what they did. And my thing is this. Everybody says, "Oh, William Mumford." Yeah, well, Mumford had opportunities, and in all honesty, bro, he was just a very big disappointment. Am I mad at the guy that they brought in? No. Why? Because I was already disappointed. So if he disappoints me too, it's not like I got let the fuck down. You know what I mean? It's not like I got let the fuck down.
But
We
I was
trade
already looking at
disappointments
a
for disappointment.
Yeah, you know what I
No,
mean?
but
You can't you can't be let down if it's another disappointment, right?
exactly.
Like you
But that,
you
but
know this
you're
guy's
making
it's not an upgrade. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like basically you bought a car, you know what I mean? You bought a brand
and then you got
new
another
car.
car that's the
You know what I
same
mean?
car.
It was and unfortunately that car was a lemon, you know what I mean? So all they really did was they didn't fix that car. By law, they got to give you a new car. So they just gave you a new
The
car.
same
But
logo.
here's the problem. Your car broke down and kept having problems. And by the time they gave you a new car, it's 4 years down the line. But the problem is they went and searched for a new car from your year and replaced it. They didn't upgrade it. They didn't upgrade it to the new one that came out 3 years later.
They didn't give you the new
When
version.
they came with a fresh new body style. No, they're gonna go all the way back and find a car in a warehouse because they don't sell every new car that comes out. The ones that they don't sell after a while, they get shipped to a warehouse, and insurance companies have them. And what they do is they go all the way back and they find one of their cars in one of their warehouses that's brand new with no miles. And that's what the fuck they give you. Here you go. And that's what they did with us in Mumford. All they did was reach back to a motherfucker that had the same amount of mileage. We're just gonna hey, look, this car over here broken down. It ain't really working. It ain't doing what it's supposed to do. But we're gonna give you this one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and dirty. That's my entire point this whole time, bro. Is that I wanted us to take Armand Membu in the first round. That motherfucker tomorrow is gonna start. All right. I want you to listen to me now, dirty. I want you to. I'm gonna be so pissed, bro. Listen first, dirty. Listen, dirty. Listen to me. They're gonna start Armand Membu. That fucking rookie's gonna start tomorrow. If he blocks the shit out of TJ Watt and Highsmith from the Steelers, I'm really gonna be pissed because we could have had that guy. But instead, we're gonna have Ashton Genty who's gonna run for 50 yards. That's who we took.
Ashton Genty will rush for 115 yards on his rookie
debut.
He
won't, bro, because he won't. He won't.
Yeah,
it's raining. Our O line's ass.
You know what? You know what? You know why? Because it's raining. He gonna get slippery. They gonna be trying to grab him. They gonna slide off the little nigga like butter. You know what I mean? They gonna slide off.
Little though. That's the crazy thing.
You know, they gonna slide off.
He is little.
He gonna get low. You know what I mean? He gonna be wet. So he gonna be
whatever you're smoking, I want some of it, bro. That's amazing.
Hey, look, I'll be in Vegas next Saturday, bro. Holla at me. I'll be in Vegas next Saturday.
All right, that's amazing.
You coming to Loon's pool party Sunday?
Oh no, I can't do none of that, bro. No. I actually Saturday, I might make it to the fight, so we'll see. I'm still waiting to see if I can make it to the fight or not. But if I, by the way, since you're gonna be here, what's that?
Come to the pool party at Paris on Sunday.
Oh, on Sunday?
Yeah,
maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Sunday.
But no, I was gonna say, Twuan, it's all funny to me because when Dirty was talking about, Genty's gonna be slipping and sliding, I'm like, yeah, so is our O line. It's gonna be slipping.
Hey, look, Angelo. Everybody kept telling me we didn't need a line. We just need a strong running back that could do miracles.
Don't get me started on that.
In front of them that can block. That's all I'm saying, man.
It's gonna turn into a 6-hour show of all of us being mad that we took Genty.
Hey, look, I kept saying you need somebody up from the block. It doesn't matter who you put in the backfield. If a motherfucker up front can't block, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Everything is for nothing.
Yeah.
Lineman, O-line, Twuan, no, O-line was my key thing the whole fucking time. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
O-lineman. Bro, I can put Joe Schmo in the backfield with a phenomenal offensive line and get results.
Yeah, exactly. We could have had Zamir White still, and if we got a good ass O-line, he'd have been fine. But
bro, you can't put Jesus in the backfield and give him nothing in the front to block him.
That's funny.
I'll say this because this was a later round draft pick. Hey, if it wasn't for A Chain over there in Miami, Ollie Gordon would be their starter.
Oh my gosh. And what's funny, Twan, is tomorrow his ass is gonna be the RB2 playing that Raheem Mostert role. Bro. So that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
That's crazy to me that we didn't take more running backs, dude. I thought we would at least double up in the later round.
that was why people was hating me in regards to the whole I didn't want Genty was because I was like, if we get the O-line, there's running backs in the later rounds that can start. You know what I'm saying? We could have solidified our offensive line, then drafted Ollie Gordon, and still had a good running game.
Bro, there was Raheem Sanders. I think he went the 7th.
Raheem
Fucking Khalil Mullings went in the 7th. Bro, there's so many. Hey Eddie, I don't know what happened to Chewy. He never even said goodbye. I have no idea where he went.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, see, Eddie, it's not even our fault,
It's
bro.
time for me to go too.
It's Chewy's fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't want to make it a complaint session. You know.
I'm tired.
No, we about to wrap it up in a few. Yeah.
No, I don't want to make it a complaint session. I just want to keep it real and Dirty. No, I totally understand where Dirty's coming from. Dirty's coming from the positive light because he's smoking that good ass ganja. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible on what my expectations are going to be. That way I can be pleasantly surprised. Oh, I believe me, Dirty. If we win, what's Dirty's ceiling? 13.
13.
If we win 13 games, bro, I want you to crucify me every week of every single one of them 13 wins that you thought we were gonna get. But right now, brother, I'm gonna tell you
just for
okay,
you.
I'm gonna tell you already, Dirty. Here's the wins. One of the wins I can't tell you who it's gonna be because you know how you always win a game that you didn't think you would win. But the for sure wins I got us doing is we're gonna beat the Jaguars, we're gonna beat the Titans on the last home games. We're gonna beat the Chiefs because they'll already be in the playoffs. We're gonna beat. I think it's one of the last home games is Denver too. It's one of those teams, right? We're gonna beat that. We're gonna beat the last home games. We're gonna win Titans. We're gonna win the Jaguars, and then there was one more team I'm missing where I was like, yeah, we better win this one. So I'm pretty sure we were gonna win that one. The rest of them, bro, nah, not gonna happen.
We're not beating the Colts.
We're not beating the Colts. I'm gonna tell you why we're not gonna beat the Colts. I'm gonna tell you exactly why.
Right now, I don't want to hear it right.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. No. I'm just gonna keep it real. Come on, I'm gonna keep it real.
Come back when we get ready to play the Colts. I don't want to hear it right now.
No. The minute
I want to go to bed. I want to go night.
No, just listen, Dirty. The minute those guys in the Colts finally realized that Anthony Richardson is not ready, and they threw Daniel Jones in there. Let me ask you something right now, because you watch a lot of football, Dirty, and you know your shit. When has Daniel Jones ever had an O-line to protect him and a better offense than he's got right now? That motherfucker got Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. He got Tyler Warren as a tight end. And Jonathan Taylor's his running back, bro. And he got a decent defense. No, the Colts are about to eat. Now, if it was Anthony Richardson there, they'd be losing a lot of motherfucking games. But all Daniel Jones got to do is not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, look, hey, I appreciate you guys coming in, you know what I'm saying, giving your Raider gospel, NFL gospel. Appreciate you guys. You guys already know how it is. Why did it do that?
No.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys, all the panel list that we're on. You know what I'm saying? Chewy, Nate, Dirty, my boy
Dirty.
Angelo. You know what I'm saying? Angelo, go ahead and drop, you know what I'm saying? Let them know your channel.
Yeah, no, just, like again, you guys were gonna see me on Twan's
Information.
channel for sure. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out the Knockout Canvas. Just spell it out, the Knockout Canvas. That's me and Turf on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And then yeah, man, if you guys really want to listen to some good ass boxing conversation early in the morning, it's on ATP Combat Media, which is on Claymore Rain. So check that out, and I'll send you guys some of the links too. But and then follow me at Ray's Boxing on Instagram. And good stuff, Twan. Good stuff.
Yeah, you already know how we do it over here, and I appreciate you. You know, this won't be the first and last time. You know what I'm saying? You would definitely be welcome over here at Raider Twuan. You know what I'm saying? Especially throughout the season. We'll be doing a whole lot of stuff. So definitely I'll be in contact with you moving forward for sure. You guys go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna pay all the bills. Normally I got the whole little spill for you guys. Just go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And I will say this, because that's just how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Remember this, that you are a blessing. Okay? Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go. Okay? It's about to be week 1, so we need to really let's go. Let's go, Raiders.
What up, Lo?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Matt, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams. Tonight the Twins in on the road, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
All of those great Raider players who played for
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.